First of all, what has emerged, and I'm going to say this globally, because it hasn't just emerged in one denomination. And now, for the first time in history, as we see in this webcast, we have the opportunity to immediately learn from what's happening in Latin America, in Africa, in the Anglican Church, in the Lutheran Church, in the Pentecostal Church, in the Catholic Church, and we're all profiting from this wisdom at the same time. And the wonderful thing is that it's creating a consensus about what the gospel might really be about. But again, I'm going to give you the 4 areas. First of all, I'm going to call it an honest, broad, and ecumenical Jesus scholarship. Honest, broad, ecumenical. Not just reading what do Catholic theologians say, what do Lutheran theologians say, what are they all saying? And the amazing thing, again, is at the level of scholarship, at least, there's a strong consensus emerging. Secondly, and this is sort of our work here, as you see from our name, the emergence maybe in human consciousness of a contemplative mind, a different kind of eye that is perceiving that scholarship. And it's not a dualistic mind. It's not always trying to prove that, why, now this is the right answer and that's the wrong answer. But it receives, as I call it, the whole field and simply lets the whole field, what I understand and what I don't understand, teach me. Thirdly, this consensus has come to some conclusions that many of the major concerns of Jesus are at major variance with what most of our churches have emphasized. And we say, how did we get in this position? That Jesus said a whole bunch of things over here, and we certainly saw this in our recent election, what a lot of Christians consider the non-negotiables tend to be things Jesus never once talked about or even referred to. And you say, how do we get from here to here? And we got a consensus about this when it's rather clear that there was a different set of teachings with the founder of the firm. How did we get this far from Jesus? That is what is emerging, but not in an angry way, not in an oppositional or adversarial way, but a kind of hopeful, prayerful, desirous way. That is the new kind of Reformation that really distinguishes itself from all previous Reformations. We always felt when we came to a new discovery, we had to kick out the old guys. We had to prove that everybody ahead of us was 100% wrong, right? And we were now 100% right. We just don't have time to think that way anymore because it's proven itself again and again and again not to be true. They were not 100% wrong, nor are we 100% right. And I'm sure my remarks today will prove that. I'll do the best I can, but based on my experience, my culture, my education, I'm sure I'm going to say things in a limited way too. It's a new kind of humility in recognizing that we all touch the great elephant, as the parable went, from a different side, but it's not the whole side. Finally, and I hope we can get time for this, what seems to be emerging, although this the most slowly, is what are the new structures, what are the new community mechanisms that can make this possible? Because we don't want to get into a new denomination. We've done that for 500 years. And we don't want to create another emerging church denomination now that is going to have to prove that it's right and all the other denominations are wrong. Again, this is a very new notion of how you reform things.